My name is Steve House. I'm a climber, an endurance coach, and an American now living in Austria. My first career was really as a mountain guide, and then from that I transitioned into being a full-time climber. And my focus was on doing small expeditions with one or two other climbers all over the world, but primarily in the COROS range in Pakistan, the Himalaya, but I also climbed a lot in Alaska, South America, Canadian Rockies in particular. I think the biggest challenge of my life was two things. One was spending 20 years becoming the best alpinist I could become. That was a big challenge, and I dedicated my life to that for a couple of decades. And then my second biggest challenge was, in a way, undoing that and transforming myself into someone else, because my whole life and identity and work and everything was wrapped into this, being an alpinist and being a professional climber. And then I had to find a way out of that. I knew I was getting older, I knew I wanted to have a family, and how to balance all those things. I don't want to be a father of young children and going away on expeditions. That's just not the way I want to live. I want to be with my kids when they're little and when they're growing up. That's my choice. So that was a big challenge to figure out how to do that for a lot of reasons. One of the biggest reasons is, as I was writing books, as I was starting Uphill Athlete and talking to athletes and coaching athletes, I would still think, I would wake up in the middle of the night thinking about the west face of Makalu or climbing K2, or these were deeply held dreams of mine for years that I didn't get to quite do yet, and never will, honestly. But letting go those things it took a long time. It took 10 years to kind of let go of that part of my identity and fully embrace my life as a coach, as a father, as a family man. I first came to know COROS through some of our athletes that started using the GPS watch for their training. And there's a few different watches out there. The thing that immediately got my attention was they would write in their comments how cool it was to have a watch with a battery that would last all week, and they didn't have to worry about it. That was pretty different even 1 or 2 years ago. All the other watches, you have to charge them every single day. When I first got in touch with the team at COROS, I was really impressed at how their approach aligned with my approach to my sport. As an athlete that's been training and practicing my whole life, these mountain sports, that's all I want to do. Just try to get better. Even though as I get older, I start to be not as strong and not as fit, there's other ways that I get better. I get wiser. I get more experience. I get better judgment, I think. So for me, the motto of exploring perfection fits perfectly to my view of my life and my climbing and my mountain sports and my coaching. And it's worked out to be a great relationship.